There were once 3 brothers who were travelling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached a river that was too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, these brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands, and a bridge appeared to cross the treacherous water.
Who dares steal what is mine?
Death was furious at the brothers, for travellers usually drown in the river, but Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the 3 brothers upon their magic, and said that each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. The oldest brother, Antioch, a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence. A wand worthy of a wizard who had conquered death. So Death pulled a bone from his own lifeless body that could extinguish any life. The second brother, Cadmus, an arrogant man, decided that he wanted to humiliate Death even further and asked for the power to recall any being that Death had seized. So Death reached into his own chest and seized from it a fragment of his own heart of glass and gave it to the second brother.
And for you?
Death asked Ignatus, the youngest but humblest and wisest of the brothers. But Ignatus did not trust Death, and so he asked for something that would enable him to go forth from that place without being followed. And so Death, most unwillingly, handed over a fragment of his own enchanted cloak. The 3 brothers continued on their way, and they did so, talking with wonder of the adventure they have had, admiring Death's gifts. In due course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination. Antioch's journey arrived him at a distant village, where he sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had had a quarrel, and most unnaturally, with Death's wand as his weapon, struck down the wizard with one fatal strike. Leaving his fallen enemy, Antioch boastfully journeyed to an inn to celebrate, ignorant to another wizard who followed him, jealous of the power of Death's wand. That very night, the spiteful wizard crept into the wine-soddened Antioch's room. The thief slit Antioch's throat before stealing Death's wand and fleeing. And so Death took Antioch for his own. Cadmus's journey took him to a desolate graveyard. Here, he took out the stone that Death promised could recall the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. To his amazement and his delight, the life of the girl he had once hoped to marry before her untimely death returned to him. She began to move, but she was not herself. She had returned to the mortal world, but she did not belong here. She could not feel love, only torment. Cadmus, driven mad with hopelessness and longing, killed himself so as to truly join her. And so Death took Cadmus for his own. But Death could not find the youngest brother, Ignatus. For as long as Death searched, his searching remained fruitless. It was only when Ignatus had attained a great age and had passed Death's cloak onto his son that Ignatus greeted Death as an old friend. He went with him gladly. Equals, they departed this life.